Shalom, this is Brother Howard of GMS Toronto, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that do rule well and that do teach well, and to the brothers on the four corners of the earth doing this work in truth and in sincerity. Shalom to you as well, Akim. Today's lesson comes off of the back of July 27th blood moon, which is fast approaching. In a couple more days. Let me start off with a scripture. I'm going to start off with a scripture. This is Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. So that means we're not speaking to the whole world here. God is only speaking to the house of Israel, starting with Judah all the way down to Issachar. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. Let's read that again because that's super powerful. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Now, I'm going to go into the ways of the heathen, but we are not going to learn them to do them. We're going to be educated about them so we know what they are, so we don't do them. Right? It's all about edifying each other. Right? Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. So blue moons, blood moons, we are not dismayed at them. We understand the meanings behind them, but we are not dismayed at them. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 43 verse 6 in the Apocrypha. It says, he made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. For the moon is the sign of feasts, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, which is true. That's where you get the name month. It's from moon, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, an ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord. Right? So that's what the moon is for. Right? He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times. That's how we know, right? A new month, right, comes in with the new moon. A sign of the world, right? So a change, when we know changes are coming, right? From the moon is the sign of feasts, right? So all the different feasts we know are coming in through the moon, right? But it's nothing to be dismayed about.
The rare 150-year-old phenomena known as the super blue blood moon was.
Now, yes, I know this. This is the blue moon that goes back to January 31st, I think. I can't remember the date. He'll let us know the date. Let's see. Yeah, January 31st. He's going to speak about this, but there's a lot of information in here that I found particularly edifying. Right? So I'm going to let this guy John Bowen do his report, and I'm gonna comment here and there.
Visible to the western part of the United States in the wee hours of January 31st. The Daily Mail reports, in her book, Moon Magic, author, counselor, and third-generation intuitive Diane Alquist details how people can take advantage of the lunar phases. The energy from the moon will be amplified, making it the perfect time to take a second pass at New Year's resolutions that have been ignored. Diane says the super blue blood moon has its own life force. It's like a full moon on steroids. Diane's explanation makes the odd circumstances of the State of the Union address just 8 hours before the super blue blood moon's arrival.
Yeah, because those people are all witches. That lady Diane, she's a witch, and she's telling witches on how they can amplify their power during this time, right? Which is exactly what's going to happen. Let me get another quick article. This is from Occultpedia. This is Moon. It says the only natural satellite of the Earth, being responsible with the sun for its tidal action. Right? The moon is associated with witchcraft, magic, and sorcery, and is considered to be the source of witches' power. The ancient witches of Thessaly were said to have power to draw the moon down from the sky at their command. A symbolic ritual of drawing down the moon is still performed in modern witchcraft. Witches hold their meetings called circles or sabbats and perform their magic spells in accordance with lunar phases. The waxen moon is propitious, which means let's get the word. We'll get the word. This is the word.
Propitious.
Propitious. Propitious. Given or indicating a good chance of success. Favorable. Synonyms: favorable, auspicious. That's my word. Promising. Providential. Advantageous. Optimistic. Bright. Rosy. Heaven sent. Hopeful. Propitious.
Propitious.
Propitious. Very good word. Back to it says the moon is associated with witchcraft, magic, and sorcery, and is considered to be the source of witches' powers. The ancient witches of Thessaly were said to have the power to draw the moon down from the sky at their command. Foolishness, of course. A symbolic ritual of drawing down the moon is still performed in modern witchcraft. Witches hold their meetings called circles or sabbats and perform their magic spells in accordance with lunar phases. And if you know anything about modern day witches, they especially brothers need to watch their women as well. They'll call different meetings that they hold with their girlfriends something circles, whatever circle that they're a part, right? So be careful, because that's a sign of them being a witch. It says the waxen moon is propitious for growth, achievement, good fortune, and healing spells, and waning moon is propitious for banishing spells and underdoing of harm and negative influence, right? The moon itself is believed to cast a spell. One may become moonstruck beneath its silvery rays. The term mania, derived from moon, means ecstatic revelation. Lunacy means possessed by the spirit of Luna, right? Which is true, right? That's where you get the word lunatic, right? It comes from lunar. Okay, let's go back to what the guy was saying. Back to John Bowen.
Even more bizarre, especially since on August 21st of 2017, we experienced the first total solar eclipse since 1776, whose path of
All right, and in 1776, we know it's a very it's a propitious day for the Illuminati, right? It was a very, very big day for the Illuminati in 1776 with Adam Weishaupt, right?
Mortality stayed completely in the United States, according to the Space.com Total Solar Eclipse 2017 guide. But those with dark intentions revere its supposed power, as it is ultra important to those involved in sacrificial magic. A week-long occultic celebration is underway.
And that's exactly what's happening even in Toronto right now. In Toronto right now, you have a lot of sacrificial magic going on, right?
New developments coming in just moments ago after that deadly mass shooting in Toronto. The death toll growing tonight, and just a short time ago, the identity of the suspect was revealed. Faisal Hussein, 29, of Toronto. It all began in a popular neighborhood, shattered by gunfire. 2 people killed, including a 10-year-old girl. Police arriving, exchanging gunfire with the suspect. He was found dead nearby, and tonight, are they closer to a possible motive? They are not ruling out terror. ABC's Gio Benitez.
Celebration is underway globally, and it will finally commence in rituals of sex magic and animal and human sacrifice.
Right, so what do they do around these times? Animal and human sacrifices and sex magic, right? So a lot of these things are going to be happening. Lots and lots of these things are going to be happening, right? So a lot of ritual sacrifices are going to be happening in many cities, right? Not only in Toronto, right? But in many cities.
February the 2nd. The Express UK writes, the end of January and beginning of February is already an important time in the calendar for Satanists, but tonight's once-in-a-lifetime conjunction of a blue moon, blood moon, and lunar eclipse has sent some devil worshippers into a frenzy. Across Britain and the world, satanic covens are expected to convene workings where Lucifer will be summoned. Some online forums are even suggesting human and animal sacrifices will play a part. During a recent full moon satanic ritual, one of the famous Dartmoor ponies was found in a circle of fire with its tongue, eyes, and genitals mutilated and belly slit from end to end. The mutilations have been conducted while the pony was alive. At the time,
and this is what they do, right? This is what these people who adhere to these different type of teachings, and doctrines. This is what they do, right? So when people hear us talking about different celebrities and what they do to gain their fame and their wealth, and they think we're joking, okay, right? We're not going to get into a big debate with you, right? Whether you believe us or not. We're just letting you know what happens when you adhere to certain doctrines and certain beliefs, right? You have to perform certain rituals, right? Just like being a Hebrew Israelite. When you're a Hebrew Israelite, there's certain feasts that you have to adhere to. There's certain teachings that you have to adhere to. There's certain rituals, right? Like the circumcision, right? There's circumcision. Don't we have to perform the circumcision, right? That's one, right? There's just certain things that we have to do.
Carla McKechnie, Dartmoor's livestock protection officer, said she feared devil worshippers were behind the slaughter and said, we do get strange things happening from time to time, normally when it's a full moon.
And it's not, see, this is what has confused the world. It's not devil worshippers. It's people who adhere to these different doctrines, whether it's Luciferianism, right? Which Luciferianism just goes back to the old Babylonian teaching, which goes back to Cush, Nimrod, and Semiramis, where all they did was take the teachings, the true teachings of the scriptures, and turn it. That's all they did. All they did was turn it. Now you find those teachings when the Most High scattered everyone, obviously, right? Remember, the Most High confounded the languages. Everybody was scattered. All these different teachings of Cush, Nimrod, and Semiramis went into the different worlds, right? So you have it in Buddhism, right? Hinduism. Today you have it in the Catholic Church, right? And all these different denominations, and what they're performing is It's just old pagan rituals which can be found in Babylon. They can be found in Egypt. They can be found in Greece. They can be found in Rome. And all that they are old pagan rituals. That's all that it is. Pagan rituals.
The Satanic Church is growing amongst institutions rightfully protected by our freedom of religion.
You blame it on hysteria, but in fact, if